young and not so young people into doing jobs that lead them and expose them to sin on a daily basis. I mean, they just do it as far as it pays their bills. And that's why on today's episode on Catholic Faith Forum, we shall be discussing Christianity and career choices. With me here today are my guys, May and Chima.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Why are
Good
you so
evening,
calm
everyone.
about it?
Good day, everyone.
Why are you so
We're
serious?
discussing careers.
Oh, please.
I need to
Because
look,
I've been teasing him since, so
look
he's
more,
trying to
I
be,
need to look more official while discussing such an important topic. You understand?
What kind of, like, let me put it like this. What are the weird jobs or the weirdest jobs you've ever heard?
Okay, I think I'm losing up in this place now. The weirdest job I have ever come across. People do it and it's a necessity actually, but it will never not be weird to me. Mortuary attendant.
But somebody has to attend to them.
It's a job.
Every minute of your day is spent with dead body.
If they don't do it, who will do it now?
I don't understand. We didn't
The
walk
Lord
by
is
themselves.
your strength. The Lord is your strength.
I don't have any words for you. May.
I wouldn't know. I can't say.
Okay, for me, I think the weirdest job ever is a hype man. I mean, why would I want to be paid to shout?
That's a very, very...
If I can be paid to shout, I will take it. All this suit and tie is not for me, my dear.
Why are you throwing such a punch?
No, it's not, I just feel like it's... Everybody puts it...
Yeah, it's giving everybody ginger so that everybody can feel like
if I can be
it's
paid
about
to
to go
shout,
down.
it's about...
Instead of just... don't waste your
I'm
shout.
not fist bumping with you guys. I don't understand.
We were not
Don't worry,
fist bumping
guys.
with you.
We'll come back from the short break. We'll talk more on Christianity and career choices. Stay with us.
I don't really can't really answer that question. It depends on what kind of job you're talking about. But I believe I can do basically anything. If it's going to help the society or the community or the church, I can clean, sweep, mop, anything basically. Yeah, it just depends. I'm all about helping, rendering my service to the community, to the society, to people. I like to help, so I can do almost anything.
Me as a person. Now, since you say me as a person, I first of all look at the job in its context of legality. If the job is legal, yes, I can do it. For example, let me give you a typical example of one. Pepper sellers. I remember growing up, people we usually look up to, they tell us that whatever job you find yourself in, try to make a difference in that job. If today I become a washman today, I'm going to make a difference in that job today. So if the job in the context which I have said earlier, it's legal, yes, I can do the job personally. Yes, I can.
Are there jobs I cannot do? Yes. At this point, any job that will not allow me to go to church on Sunday morning, I can't take up that job. That will take all my Sundays. Don't get it wrong. You can have a job and then maybe once in a month you do shift and all that, or you have to travel. But whatever job that says Sundays, you have to be in the office, because my Sundays they're for God. So I can't take any job that will keep me away from church on Sunday.
Welcome back, guys. This is Catholic Faith Forum, and I mentioned earlier we'll be discussing Christianity and career choices. So, guys, we know that we're in the age and time of technology. So what are the effects of technology on various careers?
Ladies first.
No problem. No, listen. I have his time.
Okay.
Well, I believe technology has helped to improve a lot of things. It has its good and bad sides. Of course, technology has helped us have faster and more effective services. You have your phones now, you can communicate better.
Yeah.
You have computers, you can type instead of having to write. I don't like writing anymore, sir. It's a very stressful process.
Funnily, I prefer to write. I don't know. People call me
You're so
old, but-
analog, my dear.
As in,
See,
go digital. Go digital. Thank you.
Tell her, thank you so much.
So it has made a lot of things easier, but it has also made a lot of things harder, because now you have a computer doing the job of like 10 people or even more. You have factories where machines are doing everything, so they don't need to employ any staff anymore. So it has its good sides and its bad sides. That's what I think. What do you think, Chima?
Well, I like to emphasize majorly on the good sides of technology because it makes a lot of things efficient. And we are in a jet age. I don't know if that term is still being used these days. I feel so old right now.
Here and there.
We are in a jet age, so there's a lot of things to be done with technology, and there's a lot of benefits to be accrued from imbibing technology into our work. A lot of people are now going into learning tech so that they can keep up with the times, because it's one thing to have technology running your tasks. It's one thing to be able to create those technologies. That's why we have scientists, coders, tech people, machine learning guys, AI guys,
The geeky smart
the
people.
geeky smart people doing all
But
those
some of them are
things.
fun anyway.
The jobs are fun, but eventually it's a person who or a set of people who have to come together to create this technology. So technology in itself is creating jobs while also helping people to make jobs easier, because
And also taking some jobs.
exactly.
Yeah, like very soon we see robots sitting down here.
Nah, we can't.
Yes,
That's
downloading
not
information.
possible.
Robot job is
Are you
telling
trying to say
everything.
I'll control a robot from somewhere to be
Yes,
giving?
Yes,
Chima, you
now.
might
A
not-
robot
you might
cannot be
so
as hype as
busy.
I am. I doubt it.
It goes
Wait,
shock
say,
you.
who told you you're hype?
Hype man, please come and.
Okay, so guys, we're talking about careers, and I noticed. I remember when I was in school, I had a classmate who was I don't want to call it a menial job, but was working as a superstore attendant.
Okay.
And then some people just started laughing at him that, hey, how can you work there? Blah 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 blah. But then in my mind, I'm like, what is wrong with all of you? So I want to ask you, what do you think about? Okay, let me put it straight. Can you work in a supermarket?
Why not?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Chima, you really,
I'm really sure. I can
Why-
work in a. The thing about it is, I understand where your classmates were coming from, because it could be a little bit demeaning for somebody who is a graduate, a university student, to be seen working in as a shop boy. Basically, that's what omo boy, omo do. That's what it looks like, because those types of jobs are. Should I say, limited to those with lower educational standards, if you may put it that way. So I can understand where your classmates are coming from. However, it doesn't mean that they should go about deriding people, because there may be circumstances that led to him working there. And as far as he's not stealing, as far as it's not illegal, there's no. It's a career. People make a career out of being shop boys. You understand? Go to my brothers in Alaba; they will tell you.
Those don't bring them here,
They are all
because
professional shop boys. They have card. What do you mean?
Well, I think it's actually it's a commendable thing that he did, working before he actually got an actual job after graduation. I wish I did that actually, because you see, when you graduate, you see a job you want to apply for, and they tell you you need at least 2 years experience.
2 years experience.
He has
What
gotten that 2 years experience
from
while working
working-
as an
Exactly.
attendant. While we just came
He
out fresh
also
graduates and
dealt
we're
with
looking for
customers. He learned how to
experience.
manage stuff,
So it's-
inventory. I'm sure he learned all these things from the shop boy that he did. So the experience is needed, and it's great.
wow. Like then I was just so mad. But when did you pick your career?
I don't. Okay, I think it's in my university days, because growing up in our generation, basically a lot of us wanted to be the 3 big careers: the doctor, engineer, or lawyer. That's what was reigning in our yes, because of how our parents passed them down to us. So growing up, I focused more on trying to be one of them, which is an engineer. So I packed myself to science class. I don't know who sent me work. And then I got into the university, and then I saw that I think my career, my life, my path is more suited to the arts, and that's how.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, my dear. I'm sorry that I carried last too. I'm even happy you people accepted me.
Better last,
Oh, my
man.
God.
Me, what about you?
And I think I've always known what I wanted to be, which is rare for children of my age grade at that time, because right from when I was in junior secondary school, I always knew I wanted to study theatre.
That's it.
So even when we're branching, after from junior secondary to senior secondary, and then people were like, I want to be a lawyer. In fact, what's half? Almost 98% of the people in art class wanted to become lawyers. And me, I said theatre arts. I was like the only person in the class that wanted to study theatre arts. So I always knew what I wanted to become, but I think it was because I had a lot of role models to look up to.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people I knew personally who had done it, and I knew that was where I was going to thrive because I could see my talents and my giftings, and I knew that that's where I wanted to be. So I just went for it. A lot of people didn't. They had to discover it along the line, but I think I just discovered very early, which is a good thing, and I went for it.
For me, I
Yeah,
had
she's
so
starting like an old woman that wants to give us.
yes, you can say that. Like I had so many things I wanted to become. Like at some point, I was even confused. I saw myself in different places. At some point, politician,
Oh, wow.
lecturer, architect,
Imagine also giving us politics speak.
everything.
God.
And I don't even know what. Like seriously, like I'm laughing today because I now saw myself like. Then I had to accept the fact that sometimes you need to be confused to get
To discover what
you
need to
get
do.
to a point.
Word, that's
So
deep.
I was just please, like I know, like so I had to like it felt like I was going round in circles, but while I was going round in circles, I was touching different points, and then I would just say, okay, can I do this? No, can I do this? No, can I do this? And then yes, here I am today.
A lawyer.
Welcome, sister.
So when do you think is the best time? For me, I feel when do you think is the best time for people to choose their career?
I don't think you choose a career. I think it sort of chooses you.
Okay.
So
oh, wow.
yeah, because when you see what you're good at, you see the things that you're interested in, and then you just kind of gravitate towards it. So, because I know a lot of people that were forced into certain things, and they jumped out of it immediately. So I think it just comes, it's in you already. You know, let me not say anything.
There's no long talk.
But
What
it's in
she
you.
said.
Chima,
So,
don't say that. You need to talk.
I don't think I have any other thing to add to what May said. She just explained it succinctly and perfectly. It chooses you. Like I said, I was pushing myself to do engineer work, and I entered the school something, and the maths was confusing me. Oh God!
I mean, what you're saying, let me help you process your thoughts. What you're saying is that you can pick it anytime. It doesn't have to be.
If you pick your career, yeah, you can learn things.
Yes.
We are human beings.
Definitely.
We have the power to absorb and learn and all of that. But at the end of the day, what you find yourself actually being drawn to is maybe it should be like the career, if we may put it that way, because that thing that you are drawn to, it chose you. You didn't just say, okay, I wake up and, for example, I want to play ball, for instance. I can stand up and I want to play ball, but even if you have the passion for it, the talent might not be there and all of
Yes.
that. So the fact that the footballing talent is in you means that it chose you. The God of football bestowed it upon you. So
shit.
that was like, my son, take.
Talent.
You are a baller. So it chose you, and careers choose you, basically.
Okay, for me, I feel it's good for you to prepare your mind for what you want. So I think you should start at an early age to begin to dream. Let me use that word, dream about what you want to be
dreaming
and where
is
you want
important,
to,
true.
where you want to be. So when you dream it, then your talents can come into play. So when you're already dreaming that, I want to do this, if you know you're not, before you move far, you know that you're not too good at it, then you can dream about something else. so I think you just have to prepare your mind. It has to be in your mind consciously. Then you cook it up like food.
That's it.
It dawns. It's done. So what are the factors people should consider when choosing a career?
First and foremost, for me, and I think it should be the same for everybody, but people are different. I think firstly, we should consider our faith. Why I said firstly is because in this time and age, there are a lot of things that seem okay, but are not. And a lot of things are being made into what they shouldn't be. So it is in the line of careers. Some people do things and make money out of them. But when you look at the moral, the spiritual implication of everything, then you see that it's questionable a bit.
True.
So I feel your faith should be key when you're choosing a career. Also, your passion and your talent, you understand? Because if you may be passionate for something like I earlier stated, but you are not talented for it, there's so much, or there's just a little that passion can do in such a scenario. It can drive you to take extreme measures. You might come out doing very good in that field, but you will see that somebody who has a natural flair for it can just wake up and and does that thing a lot more better than you.
Yeah.
So I think these are the two key ones for me, for a person, for me,
Okay.
when choosing my career.
Me?
I agree with Chima. The faith aspect is very important because you have to make sure you're doing the right thing and your conscience is at peace.
Yes.
Because there are some jobs that you see, or if like working in an abortion clinic, for instance, you probably went to study medicine to help people, and then you are seeing and you find yourself working in an abortion clinic, or you are offered a job to work there, but you know that it's totally wrong. So don't allow the money confuse you, because the money can be really, really good, but you know that it is morally and spiritually and in fact everything wrong. So you shouldn't even consider it. So those are things you should bear in mind. So don't just think about how much money you can get from something, but think about where you know you are feeling a need, and then you're happy with yourself and people are happy with you too.
Let's not downplay the role of money in this issue as
No,
well.
money is important.
It's very important.
We're all looking for money.
Because
You see, I'm just...
Please,
No, let's
money is very important.
let's
No,
get
money
real
is not
here.
everything.
Exactly. Let's
Well,
get real. Let's
very,
not
very
downplay the role of
important. So
money.
I've
but
been
it's
very
not everything.
patient. Like, I've been waiting. Like, I just,
No, it's actually important that we
We all
don't
know.
downplay the role of money
Okay.
in this issue.
well, for me, I believe faith is very important. It's passion, talent, focusing, and also money. I mean, I don't want to work in a place whereby
Where you're
putting
underpaid
I'm
and
putting so much
overutilized.
energy, and then you're not giving me money for that energy. And I also don't want to pick a career that in the next 5 to 10 years machines are already doing. So I want to see people should always look out for the demand of that career. Is it a career that in 5 years time it won't matter, then you'll be jobless?
True,
then you have
true,
to start
true.
from scratch.
Also, it's deep today.
Thank you.
God.
Don't mention. So, like, is it a career that in 10 years' time I will just be sitting in my house thinking that, oh, I wish I chose another path? So you should think about all those things. Think about your faith and think about what you can do. What can you offer to these people? I mean,
Yes.
I don't want to work in a place whereby I will do nothing and get paid. Although I would like that, but still, I like that, but still, I'm just saying that you don't want to be in a place whereby you cannot do something and
Where
then
you don't really have value.
you don't have the value, you don't have the skills. So you have to make yourself very skillful in things that are necessary, not
Yeah.
unnecessary things.
Yes,
In
keyword
things,
necessary.
Things that are needed in that field. Not that you want to, let's say you choose a career in banking and then you don't know basic things like Excel.
You don't know how to
your-
count money
your
first.
words. You don't know
'Cause
how to
there's
use
a
some
method to it,
accounting
my dear.
So the money
software.
counting.
You people are talking about the software. There's a method to counting
How?
money.
How do you do it?
You see,
Please,
when
there's a
you
machine for that. There's a machine for
if there's
that.
no light to call,
Some customers don't like you putting spit on your hands.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Dirty boy.
Hey, Jesus Christ, on the show.
Oh well, so you need those skills to be able to work well, to function well in that career. So
Yeah.
I think you need to think about the job demand and make your skill. Are you fit for that job? Don't be hoping and wishing for something when you've not even equipped
Prepared
yourself
yourself for it.
for that thing. So those are the things we need to consider.
I want
And-
to share one story though, but I don't know. It's in the line of not really being equipped for a job.
Okay.
But it's also in the line of being passionate about what you want to do. There's a story about a popular footballer named Withheld, who started off as a striker. But when he went for tryouts, when he went for his first ever tryouts, which earned him they gave him the platform to become who he is today, he signed up as a striker, and then he got there and there were over 300 people waiting to try out. They asked for the number of strikers, half of the crowd raised their hands up. They asked for number of midfielders, a lot of them raised their hands up. And then when they now asked for a specific position in the midfield, which is the defensive midfield position, just a few people raised their hands up, and then
So he joined.
he joined them to raise their hands up. And today he's one of the top defensive midfielders in the world. So
Can you just tell me his name?
don't worry, we can talk about that after the show so that
Okay.
we will not go too far. So I think when you are choosing a career at the same time, you should also know that, okay, even if I cannot add value in this position, as far as this career is concerned, I can be able to do A, B, and C. I might not be able to do D and E very well, but I can be able to do A, B, and C. At least, if they ask for 10 values, be able to deliver 5. Because if you don't, you will lose out totally, and losing out totally is what's the point?
Yes.
True.
But there's one thing we didn't mention, and that's very key. Growth. The fact that your career enables you to grow.
It's actually very important. I was in a job like that once, and then I felt like I was there for 8 months. I felt like the whole 8 months of my life were just paused. Like I paused my life. Like nothing, I didn't add any value to myself. I couldn't do anything else because it took all my time, but I wasn't growing in any way. So I have to agree with you. Growth is very important.
Are you serious?
8 months. I was getting money, but there was no value, it wasn't adding any value to me.
I thought I was being like, I wouldn't say you're like, let me call you impatient, because
No.
I know
That job exactly does not provide an avenue for growth. So even if I stay there for 5 years, I'll be like that for 5 years and I will never grow. That's the thing.
Exception. But I was what I was trying to say when you said it's, I'm like, this mama no calm down.
No.
What I was saying that when I meant growth, I mean like over the years, like you said, 5 years, you should be in a position whereby you can look back and tell other people
that I've done this,
You
done
have a growth plan at
I've
least
been
in
able
your
to
career.
achieve this and all of that.
because there's some jobs that you do and then you don't have time for yourself. You don't have time to develop yourself. You can't even grow. You're just in one position.
Like
there.
that one.
So I want you to now state, we've talked about, Chima mentioned faith.
Yeah.
So how important is faith in choosing a career?
So that we won't beat around the bush. Like I said when I was talking about it, you want to do something that, and what like May said too when she was buttressing my point, you want to do something that your conscience is clear.
Okay.
Using our abortion clinic example, abortion is killing. Let's not mince words.
Don't sugarcoat it.
Let's not sugarcoat it. It is killing. So if you kill people on a daily and make money, there's no difference between you and an assassin, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. So if you kill people and you can't sleep, it's you and your God new. But you shouldn't be doing that. So if you can do something that your mind will be biting you, that you know that every Sunday before when it is getting to Friday, you start planning for confession. That you are one father don't know you. Okay, sorry, before I receive this order, she's coming. Wait for her first. If you are going to be having such a scenario, then I think it's best you stay clear of such a career.
Also, like someone said in our Vox Pop interviews, he said any job that will not allow him go to church on Sunday. That's also something to consider, because there are some jobs that you work every day of the week without a break.
Yeah.
And you don't have a chance to go to church to worship God. Those kind of jobs too.
And you should also consider the legality of the job.
Yes.
Yes, because
very important.
The Bible also tells us that respect of authority is important. Our faith too also preaches that respect of authority is important. So if you are a Christian who doesn't respect authority, you don't know what you are doing. You don't know about it. You understand me? So yeah, you should also consider the legality according to the laws of the land.
I just believe like any job that makes you question yourself, question your faith. Am I a good Christian or not? A job that exposes you to sin, like I said in my intro. A job that makes you commit sin should not be done. I believe that any job can make you do that. I mean, you can work in a place that you think, oh, it's legal.
It's legal.
I can never sin here.
There's underage corruption.
But somewhere your boss wants you to lie or wants you to cheat people.
Or change one number somewhere.
Thank you. And then you're committing sin already. So those kinds of jobs, I just feel we should all be careful in our present jobs and in picking our future jobs. So any final words for the viewer, guys?
Ladies first again.
Don't
now is your
never.
Don't oh my God! Hey, before they gang up on me, feminism style. All right, so your faith should actually show forth in your career, really, and also make sure that you try as much as possible to keep it professional, because it's a career. First of all, you're working for somebody, or you are working on a project for people. So try as much as possible not to impose your faith on people when you are exercising your career, if I may put it that way. Don't force people into what they don't want to do, but as much as possible, use your career, pick your career first, and then use your career to actually show the benefits of the Christian faith. Very important.
Okay, I would say anything you want to do, make sure you equip yourself properly for it. And then think about everything you're going to do before you do it. Have a plan, have a growth plan, have a career plan. Just properly calculate yourself before you go into any job. Make sure that your conscience is okay. Make sure that you're adding value to people around you and to yourself, and go for it.
Okay, guys, so you've heard them. You've heard what they said. I just want to leave you with, as Christians today, you should ask yourself questions before you choose a career. Questions like, why do you want that career? How does it fit into your life and the purpose of God for you in that career? Okay, guys, we're going to move over to Know Your Faith. Stay with us.
Love covers a multitude of sins, according to 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8. And it all makes perfect sense because the church tries to instill self-love in us. Welcome to today's episode of Know Your Faith. I am Chima, and on today's episode, we'll be talking about how to love yourself according to the teachings of the church. The first way to do that is by repentance. Repentance is basically the admission of guilt. The Bible says that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So when you repent, it shows how much you want to remain in the glory of God. The next is confession. When you go for confession before a priest, it provides you with some form of accountability for when you err in your ways. And when you do that, it also shows a willingness to want to remain in the glory of God, which is the absolute expression of self-love. The next is participation in the sacraments of the church. When you participate in the sacraments of the church, it shows in your daily life, and it shows how much you want to remain in God's glory, which is also the ultimate expression of self-love. The next way is via building a strong prayer life. When you keep up your prayer life, you continue to establish a relationship with God, and it is also the ultimate expression of self-love. God is also a benevolent God, and just like he said in his word in Matthew chapter 7, that you should ask, seek, and knock, and everything you need will be given to you. Finally, do unto others what you would like done unto you. Pretty self-explanatory if you ask me. So make sure that as much as possible, you treat others with the same respect you would like accorded to you, and you treat others with the same love you would like given to you. Until we come your way next time with another wonderful episode of Know Your Faith, be bold, be Catholic.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I hope you learned a lot because I definitely did. To watch this episode and other episodes, you can visit our YouTube channel at Dominican Media Presents and send your suggestions and comments on our social media platforms at CFF on TV. Till we'll come your way next time. Keep being
saints in jeans and shirts.
That's it. Peace out, people.